Good evening, I'm Fayaz Qureshi with the Legends edition on KBC Channel 1. Tonight on the Living Legends segment, we speak to industrialist Vimal Shah, who is the chairman of the largest oil processing firm in the region, Bidco Africa. And our sign language interpreter for tonight's edition is Byron Abuli. First, a quick look at the highlights for tonight's bulletin.
The Supreme Battle IEBC. Commissioners respond to petition by Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition. Angry River. 2 people swept away by flooded Kerio River in Tirioko, Tiati constituency, Baringo County.
Western does not get the children back to school. I will ask the police to take them back to school. The school is a government school. You have no right to take children home over the weekend when they have lost so much time.
CBC selection of schools by grade 6 learners extended by 10 days.
Welcome back. Starting off with our top story tonight, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Chairman Wafula Chebukati has dismissed the presidential petition by Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance presidential candidate Raila Odinga and his running mate Martha Karua, describing it misleading and seeking to discredit the commission. In his response, Chebukati maintains the elections conducted by IEBC on August 9th, 2022 were free, fair, credible and met the standards set out by the Constitution. This even as the IEBC Vice Chairperson Juliana Cherera accused Chebukati of turning the commission into a one-man show while subverting the Constitution and election laws. As Ben Chumba reports, all IEBC commissioners have now responded to the Azimio petition.
On Saturday, Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission-led Chairman Wafula Chebukati's legal team filed responses to the petition by Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance presidential candidate Raila Odinga, challenging presidential results.
Let's go to the petition.
In his response, Chebukati said as chairman of the commission, he oversaw the conduct of the election in a free and fair manner as required by the Constitution. In a sworn affidavit, Chebukati further said he was not influenced by anyone in exercising his constitutional responsibility and that he maintained high levels of professionalism as required by law. He also cited instances of intimidation, profiling, abduction and harassment of IEBC staff throughout the conduct of the electoral process. Contained in Chebukati's response are claims of deliberate efforts by a section of IEBC commissioners to subvert the will of the people. These claims are also supported by an affidavit from Commissioner Abdi Guleye, who is also a respondent to the case and who says some leaders allied to the Azimio presidential candidate wanted results moderated to force a runoff. His response coming as IEBC Vice Chairperson Juliana Cherera accused Chebukati of ignoring the electoral body's protocol and acting as a lone wolf in announcing the presidential election results on August 15, 2022. In a 106-page affidavit filed before the Supreme Court, Cherera claims that the chair constantly ignored her alongside Commissioners Justus Nyang'aya, Francis Wanderi and Irene Masit when they sought to verify the results prior to the official announcement of the presidential election at the Bomas of Kenya. Cherera says at no point did any commissioner seek to moderate election results contrary to the constitutional mandate as alleged by IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati. On his part, Justice Nyang'aya, one of the 4 breakaway commissioners of IEBC, listed as respondents in the Raila Odinga and Martha Karua presidential election petition, claims 3 staffers of the electoral agency worked in cahoots with a foreigner to intercept and alter the original contents of Forms 34A. According to Nyang'aya, after amending the forms, the staffers will then upload fresh results onto the system. So far, all 9 respondents in the Raila Odinga and Martha Karua petition to the Supreme Court have replied. Ben Chumba, Legends Edition.
Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance leader Raila Odinga has assured the United Nations of the country's stability, even with the pending petition before the Supreme Court challenging the presidential election results. Raila, who spoke at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Foundation offices at Upper Hill, Nairobi, also maintained Azimio has a watertight case and will successfully challenge the presidential election results announced on August the 15th, 2022 by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission.
Saturday afternoon, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance leader Raila Odinga assured the United Nations of commitment to uphold democracy and maintain stability of the region, especially in the fight against terrorism, if the coalition's presidential petition succeeds at the Supreme Court.
I gave an assurance that Kenya's democracy must mature and that we are determined to pursue legal and constitutional means to resolve the disputes that we have over the decision by the IEBC to try to hijack our victory.
Raila was flanked by members of the election board and a section of elected members of parliament who expressed optimism of victory at the apex court.
We want to say to the country that we must be able to go beyond the rituals we've had previously and be able to conduct meaningful democratic elections.
At the same time, Raila urged supporters in Kakamega and Mombasa counties to turn up in numbers and elect governors allied to his coalition. Pete Abdusamad Sharif Nasir of Orange Democratic Movement and Sarai of United Democratic Alliance. In Kakamega County, Fernandez Baraza will be vying under a ODM ticket, while Cleophas Malala, the immediate former Kakamega senator, will be on an ANC ticket. Frederick Muki for Legends edition.
The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has issued a stern warning to politicians plotting to disrupt gubernatorial elections in Mombasa County. The electoral body assures stakeholders security has been heightened to ensure the exercise on Monday, August 29th, 2022 is seamless. Junaid Karisa reports.
With less than 36 hours to the delayed gubernatorial constituencies and ward elections, the IEBC has moved to assure the electorate of its readiness. In Mombasa County, one of the two regions holding gubernatorial elections, all polling officials across the 1,041 polling centers have been reshuffled and Mvita and Jomvu constituency tallying centers relocated.
Wote hawafanyi kazi mahali kwenye walifanya in the previous election. Tutaenda kupeleka materials kwa vituo kesho ili kujitayarisha kuweza kupiga kura tarehe 29 kesho kutwa.
Security apparatus have been put on high alert, with the IEBC warning of dire consequences to those intending to disrupt the process.
Ningewarai wanasiasa, ma-agent, ma-candidates wote wahakikishe kuwa hii kura itakayofanyika tarehe 29 iko peaceful, kuhakikisha kuwa hawataleta fujo katika vituo, hawatapigana katika vituo, kila mtu yajua jukumu lake.
Mombasa County IEBC returning officer Swalha Yusuf is urging the locals to turn up in large numbers as the commission seeks to overcome voter apathy in the region, as witnessed in the August 9th general elections.
The security team have also ensured that they get enough security personnel even from outside this county to ensure that the process is smooth.
Meanwhile, the Special Olympics, in partnership with the Catholic Relief Services and a National Council of Churches in Kenya, held a peace sensitization forum to rally youth to shun from violence and embrace tolerance ahead of the Monday polls.
Amani ni muhimu kushinda kila kitu. Kusipokuwa na amani, hakuna kitu itaendelea. Even zile development tunataka kufanya ama zile zinafanywa na serikali kuu.
Tulikuwa tunawahimiza vijana kwamba wazidi kudumisha amani, na hao wenyewe wameahidi ya kwamba hawataki vurugu, lakini wataendelea kudumisha amani.
Wasimame imara kueneza imani, kwa sababu imani ndio ambayo itatufanya tuwe na amani katika jimbo letu la Mombasa.
Junaid Karisa from Mombasa County.
2 people died on Saturday afternoon after they were swept by raging waters as they tried to cross the flooded Keria River in Tirioko Ward, Tiati constituency of Baringo County, following heavy rains in the region. The 2 were in the company of other villagers who were on their way to a market in West Pokot. 1 person survived the tragedy. The area member of County Assembly-elect Sam Locales called on the county government to set up a budget for the construction of a bridge on the dangerous river. The county is experiencing heavy rains, making roads impassable and occasioning landslides in parts of Kabasis and Kap Kamoi.
Mvua inaendelea kunyesha na mafuriko yanaendelea kusidi. Watu wengi wamefungiwa upande wa ngambo, upande wa Kameril, upande wa Lomut. Hakuna vile wataweza kuvuka ngambo hii ya upande wa Tiati. Kuna haja kubwa ya watu wa Tirioko upande wa Nangolerengan kujengewa daraja ya Nangolerengan waweze kujichunga wakati wanapovuka mtoni, hasa watoto na watu wazima, kwa sababu hii ni janga ambayo inakodolea watu macho. Hatuna daraja ya kuvuka, kwa hivyo watu wajichunge wenyewe, waeleze watoto, machifu na ofisi ya DC pia iweze kufikia wahamasishe umma.
The Ministry of Education has extended by 10 days the selection of schools by grade 6 learners transitioning to junior secondary. The deadline for the process that had been slated for August 30th, 2022 has been extended to September 10th, 2022. Grade 6 students are expected to join junior secondary in January 2023 after sitting the Kenya Primary School Education Assessment in November 2022.
Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha Saturday at Kiamunyu Secondary School in Gatundu South, Kiambu County, and Nairobi's Upper Hill Secondary School commissioned Phase 2 of the Competence-Based Curriculum classrooms. The Education Cabinet Secretary saying the junior secondary school portal, slated to close on the 30th of this month, has now been extended by 10 days and will officially close on 10th September.
If they have serious issues, I have officers in the ground up to the sub-county level who have been instructed to go ahead and assist them. But from what we have seen, they are not doing very badly.
Speaking in Kiambu, Magoha also uploaded the selection process, revealing that a good number of learners had completed the process. The Cabinet Secretary used the event to caution school heads against sending students back home for school fees.
In the name of God, let us carry the poor among us together with us and ensure that their children are not disadvantaged at this particular time. IRD in Western does not get the children back to school. I will ask the police to take them back to school. The school is a government school. You have no right to take children home over the weekend. When they have lost so much time, they didn't even eat when they lost the 2 weeks. Hiyo pesa unataka kupeleka wapi? What do you want to, what have you done with the 2 weeks that the children are not eating at school?
At Upper Hill High School in Kibra Sub-County, Nairobi County, Magoha at the same time asked the Independent Electorate Boundaries Commission to opt using tertiary and higher learning institutions for voting and tallying exercise.
We have agreed with the Teacher Service Commission and all the teachers that the teachers will be around the school just to ensure that the children are managed within the boarding houses, the library, and that they don't have to go to the areas that they are voting unless they are going to vote themselves.
For the Legends edition, I'm Zainab Said.
Transport along Mai Mahiu Limuru Road was paralyzed for hours on end following an accident involving a truck near Mai Mahiu town, blocking the entire narrow road. Tens of drivers and their passengers spent 2 nights on the section of the road following the massive jam caused by the accident. In another development, a fuel tanker overturned in Limuru along Kamandura Mai Mahiu Road last night. Police officers, however, acted swiftly and dispersed a rowdy crowd that was trying to siphon fuel from the tanker.
The Mai Mahiu Limuru Road played host to tens of hundreds of stranded motorists close to 2 nights. An accident by a trailer near the Travelers Church a few meters from Mai Mahiu on Thursday blocked the narrow road, paralyzing movement of vehicles from both sides. The situation was worsened by overlapping drivers, leading to a standstill, forcing the majority of motorists to spend the night in the cold.
Hii barabara iko na shida mingi sana, sababu hata si leo tu. Kwanza hii jamu imeanza jana saa 10 ama saa 9:30.
There were fears that the drivers, mainly those with trucks, could spend a third day on the road, as efforts by police to tow away the truck had been thwarted by overlapping drivers.
Tukitengenezewa hii barabara tutasaidika sana. Barabara imeshikana toka jana, nilisikia jana ilizinda hivyo.
Watu wanatesekea hapa, wengine wanaenda sijui Kisii, wengine sijui Kisumu.
The affected motorists calling on the government to expand the road to beat the weekly snarl-ups.
Suluhisho ni kupanua barabara ili sasa kama imesikamana zinapata mahali pa kupenyea.
Barabara inafaa kuwa ni pana, sababu ni magari mingi na ni magari kubwa siko na mizigo mizito.
Few kilometers away in Limuru, another truck, a fuel tankers, overturned last night along the Kamandura Maimayu Road.
Tuseme kitu kama saa 8 ya usiku ndio hii gari ilianguka. Sasa sijui kama ndizingizi ilifanya gari agushe gari ama nini, na ilikuwa inatoka Nairobi, kama sijui kama pande hii ilikuwa inaenda Sudani ama inaenda Kampala, sikujua mahali alikuwa anaenda, lakini kitu kama saa 8 ndio hii gari ilianguka. Na kama traffic walifika hapa kitu kama saa 8:30 hivi, kwa sababu kuanzia saa 7 ndio hii gari ilianguka.
Barabara ni nyembamba. Ni barabara ya kuanzia hapa, barabara mbili kuanzia ya highway kwenda Maimayu, barabara inakuanga ni narrow. Hata ukijaribu kutesa kidogo itakuwa imemeka accident. Ni ili wasroe down.
Security officers from Limuru had difficult time in dispersing crowd that was eager to sift on the fuel. Both the driver and turnboy of the tankers were rushed to the nearby hostel with minor injuries. Timothy Kipnoso for Legends Edition.
And now we'll take a short break. Stay tuned for the Living Legends segment. Tonight we speak to industrialist Vimal Shah, the chairman of the largest oil processing firm in the region, Bidco Africa. Stay with us.
What is going on with you?
I'll break my record again and again.
One drink and I'll let you go.
He's not your child.
Your wife is worried. Get up. She can wait for life.
You think I'm stupid, quiet? Sounds too stupid, man.
Dad!
Tulia hivyo hivyo, kesho namaliza mchezo.
Wacha.
Wakati nikikuhitaji ulikuwa wapi? Yaani hapo patamu.
Bati ndo mtamu zaidi.
Do you have a news story to share with KBC? Get in touch swiftly on email news@kbc.co.ke or call 0723-892-654 or 0734-780-124.
Welcome back. Various Kenyan professionals in partnership with the Law Society of Kenya have called on the incoming regime to maintain fidelity to the Constitution and the rule of law. During celebrations to mark the 12th anniversary since the promulgation of the 2010 Constitution of Kenya, the professionals led by lawyer Mwaura Kabata said that there are positive achievements, wanton disregard of law, court orders and constitutionalism remain hurdles in the quest to save Kenyans under constitutional dispensation.
With 27th of August 2022 marking 12 years since the promulgation of the new Constitution of Kenya 2010, a grand moment that marked the rebirth of a new Kenya, Law Society of Kenya says a lot has been achieved, such as rights and fundamental freedoms that previously were overlooked.
It is not common right now for a police officer to arrest you without explaining the reasons why they are arresting you on, or even the simple question as to bail at the police station. I mean, the police will have arrested you on a Friday and taken the loophole in law to say they will hold you until Monday. But you see, even with the framing of the Constitution, the National Police Service will find themselves at a crossroad with the law when they cannot explain.
LSK, who partnered with other professionals, including Kenya Christians Professional Forum, Kenya National Union of Teachers, Kenya National Union of Nurses, among others, to take stock of the pitfalls, gains and way forward, says it is paramount to measure whether the common mwananchi has benefited from the gains of the Constitution dispensation.
If you speak about the diaphragm of the Constitution at an apex level without trickling it down to perceptive feelings of the ordinary Kenyan citizens, I believe you will be making a terrible mistake.
And we have recognized that one of the areas where there is a deficit in implementing the Constitution is in relation to the people. We Kenyans, we are the ones engaging in the negative practices like tribalism, like corruption and so on.
The professionals say the incoming government should pay attention to the aspirations of the Constitution.
The problems being faced in Kenya are as a result of wanton disregard to the rule of law, court orders and constitutionalism, which has increased impunity, corruption, resistance to accountability and lack of transparency in the quest to serve Kenyans.
The anniversary, which comes 18 days after the general election, expectations remain high of the verdict of the Supreme Court.
We note that many are anxiously waiting for the Supreme Court verdict on the presidential election petition. We call upon the court to decide all the pending matters with truth and fairness.
The professionals have at the same time hailed the public, politicians and the religious leaders for the peace that prevailed during the electioneering period. Kamche Menza for the Legends edition.
Are you coming to... This is...
There. Good boys gone bad. Eric Omondi has evolved from being a comedian to now being the king clout chaser.
How does a gospel artist make money?
Jaguar wept again.
As a celeb, as a followers, but it's a time for artists to make bank.
Yes. How is your relationship with Zari, considering that she dates young?
These are accessories.
They get out, slap the guy.
Yo, what's up? My name is Ted Josiah.
You sing about serious issues, it will not trend. If you sing about Adhiambo C.
No.
Bahati hata kuwa na machozi. Willy Paul ndio alikuwa anatoa machozi. For your beat these boys with stones. Let's all be logic. Yesu washukangi chini analeta pesa.
Musicians are missing the point.
Do we sip water?
You are watching Pop Culture with Adhiambo with a Y.
Good evening and welcome to the sports segment of the Legends edition this Saturday evening. I'm Topi Liambila, and in the highlights tonight we've got boxing qualifiers, Lausanne Diamond League, Term 2 games in Nairobi, and many more. Now, Zone 3 flyweight champion David Sanchez Karanja and Christine Ongare punched their way to victory on the final day of the National Africa Boxing Trials Championships held at the Kaloleni Social Hall in Nairobi. Karanja humbled Kelvin Minor on points in the men's flyweight category, while Ongare saw off Lensa Akinyi in the 48-kilogram category final. Some of the action.
2018 Commonwealth Games bronze medalist Christine Ongare is among the Kenyan pugilists who have qualified for African Boxing Championship slated for 9th to 18th of September this year in Maputo, Mozambique. Ongare advanced after overpowering Lensa Akinyi in 3 rounds of the 48 kg category final.
Nikiwapoa kwa sababu unajua to be a champion ni rahisi, but kumaintain hiyo championship linakuwa ni noma. So hapa pia inabidi sometimes ni skills ama ni ile experience unajaribu kutumia ya juu zaidi yenye wachezaji wote wanatamani ni Olympics. Na Olympics pia ni shaka. So pia ni kuendelea tu basi ni bado sijapata ile goal. Nilipata goal number 1 which ni kwenda Olympics. But ile yenye imebakia ni flag ya Kenya, national anthem imbwe kwa country nyingine juu yangu.
I was able to participate again in the final, but being that I've lost the game against Christine Ongare from police, still looking forward to participate in other games. For the next games, I'm aiming higher, and I think the outcome will be different from this game.
In another bout, Abenego Chalo humbled Silas Onyango on point in the men's 48 kg category. David Karanja qualified for the Africa Championship after beating Kelvin Minor in 3 rounds of their 51 kg category bout. Boxing Federation of Kenya Communications Director Duncan Kuria expressed his satisfaction with the standard of the game.
Where we are selecting the team to represent Kenya in the Africa Boxing Championship to be held in Maputo. The reward for whoever gets to win today is to be in the national team, and getting a chance to represent your country is always an honor. And so we are hoping that we are able to get a team that can be able to represent the country effectively and win medals, because we've had a challenge of when we go for some of these major international championships, we are not winning medals. But we are hoping during the Africa Championship this time round, we are going to win many medals.
A total of 91 boxers took part in the 3-day championship, where 24 pugilists, 12 male and 12 female across 12 weight categories will be selected ahead of the Maputo Championship. King Orimwangi for Legends edition.
Lenana High School's 7-a-side rugby team took advantage of playing at home to register a comfortable 15-5 win over Jamhuri High School to advance to the quarterfinals as the Nairobi County Secondary Schools Term 2 games entered Day 2 on Saturday at the Lenana High School grounds. The team targets to win the remaining matches to secure a spot in the nationals set to be held in Nakuru next month.
Lenana High School dominated the match from the kick-off, forcing their opponents to make several unforced errors. Jamhuri High School failed to capitalize on open chances, allowing the hosts to register a comfortable 15-5 win.
Generally, what we are doing here is to try and nurture the talent of the children. These days, they do not have to excel in academic, but also they can excel in the talent and earn their living. I think where we have reached in the country is that we are supposed to nurture talent as the CBC is doing.
Lenana now have their eyes set on the quarterfinals as they target a slot in the nationals slated for next month in Nakuru. In other matches, Nairobi High School beat Our Lady of Fatima 38-0, Kibra High School humbled Sunshine 22-0, while Dagoretti secured a 28-0 win over Eastleigh. In volleyball, Langata High School humbled Jamhuri by 3 sets of 25-17, 25-14 and 25-10, while Soweto saw Hof Zawadi by the same margin in the girls category.
All the sports that we have here normally take place in at the grassroots. In fact, the only new game that we have this time round is 3-on-3. The one that quite a number of young ones participated in Birmingham in Britain just the other day. And apart from that is new. We are also intend to ask the Minister of Education to bring on board the beach volleyball because it is selling like a hot cake. And in this case, our team did qualify for Olympics.
And we all know that as we are playing, we all know that we are going to national. We are going to represent Nairobi region. And after that, nationals, we are going to represent Kenya at Eastern African Championships.
The Nairobi County Schools Term 2 games will end tomorrow with the winners advancing to the nationals. For Legends Edition Sports, I'm Daniel Mwendwa.
Hot cakes indeed. On the international scene, Kenya's Leonard Bett finished third in the men's 3,000 meter steeplechase as the curtain came down on the Lausanne leg of the Wanda Diamond League in Switzerland. Norway's Olympic champion Jakob Ingebrigtsen won the race, clocking 8 minutes 02.45 seconds ahead of Ethiopia's Haile Mariam Amare, who came in second position. From the Basketball League, Little Prince basketball team humbled World Hope 67-34 in a one-sided Division 1 Basketball League match played at the Nyayo National Stadium. In another match played on Saturday, Mustang registered a comfortable 65-61 win over Strathmore University. Meanwhile, second-placed Ulinzi Warriors will take on Equity Bank Dumas as Kenya Basketball Federation League resumes this weekend across the country. With 13 points, the Soldiers will be hoping to topple the reigning champions Kenya Ports Authority, KPA, who have accumulated 15 points as the league resumes after the elections break. Let's take a look.
As well, we were well prepared for the team. We've been training all throughout. Our shots, movement, everything worked according to us in our favor. At the end of it, we hope to get to the finals and maybe carry the cup at the end of the season.
From Kiambu, the construction of Kirigiti Stadium in Kiambu County is in its final phase and will soon be handed over to the Kiambu County government. Modern Precast Kenya Limited Director Shandarishbai Babaria says so far 600 million shillings have been spent and approximately 300 million shillings will be required for the final phase. Kirigiti Stadium has a seating capacity of 30,000 persons.
This is standard CHAN and IFF. So you can host any athletics international on this ground after we complete the athletic running track, which is only Pindi. And also after this stadium, the surrounding people got training how to do the precast work, because this is the technology now is going to come for future. So local people we train, lot of people we train for this technology actually.
On athletics, African 100-meter sprint record holder Ferdinando Manyala won a gold medal at the just concluded Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, United Kingdom, to become the first Kenyan to win a race in over 60 years. Omanyala's win in Birmingham is a sign that Kenya, which has been dominating long and middle distance running for several years, has a potential of performing well in the sprints and field events as well.
After
After dominating middle and long distance races for many years, Kenya is slowly discovering its potential in short races, with African 100 meters record holder Ferdinand Omanyala bagging a Commonwealth gold medal in Birmingham.
Do himself justice in Eugene, he takes the gold for Kenya.
Several Kenyan athletes have also performed well in their respective sprints at major athletics events, and many of them made it to the finals at the Commonwealth Games.
Saizi kuna much difference tumekuwa na more sprinters running faster kwa 100, 200, 400 kuliko hizo times zingine like 2012 unasapata like one guy or two guys running 45, not even 44.
Kenya has been at the top notch in the middle and long distance races, marathon and road races, which have yielded exceptional results and also mapped the nation across the globe.
Times ambazo watu wanakimbia ni za watu wengine kutamania, so mimi naona hapa Kenya sprints ni inaelekea mbele na iko sawa.
Venye Omanyala alikuja akaanza kukimbia na akapata amekimbia under 10. Unajua sasa watu wamekuwa na ile morale wakisema kumbe sprinters zinaweza kimbia.
At first, less focus was put to sprint races, but the tune and approach changed last year when Ferdinand Omanyala not only ran in the shortest sprint, but also set a new African record.
Attention here, and it seems to be coming in for the second position. Omanyala!
Tuko na changes mob sana. Ukiangalia right now tuko na at least tumekuwa na ma sprinters kwa World Championship, tumepata medal kutoka Commonwealth. So ukiangalia pia Omanyala ameonyesha kwamba tunaweza kuwa na masprinters Kenya asin tunaweza sprint. Right now ukiangalia kwa Commonwealth tulikuwa na 4x4, tulikuwa na 4x1. So whereby unaangalia at least Kenya right now mahali tuko kwa world class kwa sprints.
Before, people used to do a lot of endurance training, and then they used to do speed work at the end of the periodization. By that I mean when they get near to the races. But now they start doing speed work from day one to the end. That helps them not getting injuries and it prepares them better.
The budding sprinters have broken a new ground in their races and are hoping to change perception that the country, known for its dominance in middle and long distance running, cannot challenge for medals in the sprints.
After Commonwealth, tumeona Wakenya wenzetu wamejaribu kuinua the sprinting ideas about Kenya na imeonekana tunaweza. So that motivated me to do this kwa sababu tunaweza sana.
I see myself as a professional sprinter, running international races. Yeah.
Kenya's distance pedigree is second to none, but this might be a new dawn with our athletes who are ready to take charge and also have the nation mapped for having fine and elite sprinters. Kenyan sprints are taking a new shape after Omanyala proved that Kenyans can bring medals home in the international events, where he brought the Commonwealth gold medal in the 100 meters sprint. The athletes have shown up in new numbers and also big numbers here at Kasarani Stadium and also other stadiums where they're practicing and training hard to ensure that they get themselves a slot in the forthcoming races and prove their prowess that we can do it in the sprint races. Nora Mwangi for Legends Edition.
Then on the international scene from the English Premiership, in a just concluded game, Arsenal beat Fulham by 2-1. Elsewhere, Manchester United ended a dismal run of 7 straight Premier League away defeats as they secured a narrow 1-0 win at Southampton. Bruno Fernandes broke a deadlock of 10 minutes after the break with a precise side-footed volley to give United maximum points. Let's take a look.
History of 6-3s and 9-0s, of grey shirts and red-letter days. But for whom will this latest chapter?
Well, a big thank you to Kings, Dan, Karanja, Nora and Freddie on the sports desk this evening to bring us all those comprehensive reports on the sports edition segment of the Legends edition. As I wrap up, of course, I'm Topi Liambila, wrapping up for tonight, this Saturday, and hoping that you have a great sporting weekend and another week of more sports until next week. But remember to keep it KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner. We take a break, and when we come back, it will be Fayaz calling a break. Thank you.
To get Change Your Thinking Skiza tune, dial star 811 star 961 hash.
When you change the quality of your thinking, you change the quality of your life. Sometimes instantly, just as positive words can make someone calm, smile or laugh, your thoughts will react to the world in real time. So, change the quality of your thinking.
Dial star 811 star 961 hash. Star